We continue our conversation. Deputy Governors Njoroge Muchiri from Nairobi County, Martin Moshisho from Kajiado County, and Francis Mwangangi from Machakos County. Let me start with you, Njoroge Muchiri. What do you wake up to do? I mean, you said the governor did sign an executive order right after you all got elected. But what do you wake up to do on a daily basis?
A lot of things and a lot of responsibilities that I have to carry out. Obviously, as my colleague, Deputy Governor, explained, the principal deputy to the governor. So in terms of that particular role and function, anything that he would like me to perform and execute, like the examples I gave, then I execute those. But also I told you that the very first act he did was sign an executive order number 1. And this was to assign responsibilities of 2 dockets, one of them on barrows and sub-county administration, and the second one on business and hustle opportunities, so that those 2 sectors, I work closely with them on a day-to-day basis to deliver on our mandate. That mandate is not my mandate. It's the mandate of the governor as prescribed and stated in our manifesto. And therefore, I just have an oversight role over those, in addition to the CECMs that we have in there, but also overall oversight of the other functions that we have. I also do coordination of government, that is in the executive order. So when you look at these kind of responsibilities, they're very key responsibilities. And Jeff, remember, Nairobi is a very big county. There is a lot of activities that we have to undertake to deliver for the people of Nairobi.
Yeah, so you're never bored in the office reading the newspaper?
Never a single moment. Never a single
It's a full day, every day?
Every day.
Martin Moshisho, you've been there a couple of terms now. You must be used to that role.
Yeah.
And are you busy on a daily basis?
Very, very busy. Very busy indeed. The Deputy Governor is part of the county executive or what we call the cabinet that is chaired by the governor. And the Deputy Governor chairs subcommittees of cabinet. And that is what exactly I do. I also follow to make sure that there is implementation of cabinet decisions. And therefore, not one decision, but many of them, and therefore I'm very busy. In my own case, I also I had a section of finance that is directly under my office, that we call it emergencies. I also wake up to, accompany my boss to open projects, or I open some myself, representing my governor. And therefore, there is a lot for deputy governors, and I want to assure you that I'm really busy working for the people of Kajiado.
Yeah. Francis Mwangangi, how about you? Do they keep you busy?
So much busy. Why, in fact, more than busy, they need to maybe reduce some of those tasks. First and foremost, yeah. I wake up in my house, I pray, I attend. It is always religiously a commitment that between 7 to 8, I attend a mass before I go to the office. That one, irrespective of what is there, I don't compromise.
Every day?
Every day. Every day.
You Catholic?
Yes, I am. And then from there are tasks. First and foremost, what I want to tell the viewers is in any political office, consultation is very important. Either you call I call the governor or the governor calls me. There is a lot that we share. There is a lot that she directs that do 1, 2, 3. There is also some tasks that are directed to me. And those tasks, sometimes they might mean maybe traveling out of the county headquarters. Sometimes it might also call upon me to go and represent Our Excellency in some of the forums. Sometimes even I attend IBEC meetings. Obviously, I am a member by virtue of my position, but sometimes we don't make it go there, all 2 of us. So in terms of representation, it carries almost 50% of what I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so what's to stop you guys? I know you have no problem because your governor can't run again, Moshisho. You have no problem. But between you, Mwangangi, and Mushiri, what's to stop you from campaigning now, between now and 27?
Anywhere I appear is campaign.
Yes.
I can tell you.
Yeah.
But one thing I've assured the people of Machakos, I've assured my God, my creator, I've assured my governor, not once, not twice, not in private, not in public. I've assured even my party and my party leader that I will not disorganize my boss, because so far she's delivering very well to my satisfaction and to the people of Machakos. So unless anything major changes, I can tell you I'm among the very many people, even if I will not be deputizing her, I don't see myself running against her because I think she's doing a fantastic job.
Yeah.
I trust and I believe strongly.
You do, huh?
Yes.
If she said she won't run in 27, would you run?
Definitely, I'm ready also. I can tell you.
Okay.
Yes.
I see where you're going with this. But Mushiri, about you?
Yeah, I think to answer that question, you need to think, what is the objective? What is the reason you're on the ticket? That should be the driving force about what you want to do. So we got on the ticket because we wanted to deliver for the people of Nairobi. Governor Sakaja, as our leader, is doing an excellent job of delivering that. So if it's working, don't fix it. If it's not broken, don't fix it. So we carry on. So I'm sure the people of Nairobi will give us the mandate in 2027 to do another 5 years.
Let me ask you something else. You turn 60 next month.
Yes, next month.
Very young 60, by the way. You look good.
Yeah, thank you, Jeff.
The governor is much younger than you are.
Yes.
Let's say 20 years plus or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
Young guy.
Yeah.
When you talk to him, when you're together,
Yeah.
do you dress him like you would your son or?
No, never. He's my leader. He's my leader.
Yeah.
So he knows, and he's been in politics, and we understand politics, and therefore we work together. He draws on my experience where he can. I draw on his experience where I can or where I should, and I do that. And it never comes into play about our age difference and stuff like that. In any case, you're as old as you feel, or you think you are. And there's a difference between.
How old do you feel?
I feel his age. So we gel right there.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. Martin Mushisho, would your governor groom you to be the next governor? Are you expecting that? Because obviously he can run. He's done 2 terms, right?
Yep.
Do you think he'll hand this over to you on a silver platter, let's say? Maybe.
Well, up to where I am, I feel that he made me who I am today because he picked me just right from the university. So if I've grown some muscle, it is because of him.
Would he endorse you? Are you looking for that endorsement?
I'll not be looking for that endorsement, but if he will choose to support me, I'll really appreciate.
Because you're going to run, aren't you?
For now, I will not talk about 2027. For now, I'll talk about.
You just said if he chooses to support you.
Jeff, wait. For now,
Yes.
I have one mandate and a promise I made to myself and to the people of Kajiado, that I'm going to support Governor Lenku to leave a legacy in Kajiado. The governor is very committed. I've just come from a workshop that the governor is taking through all our senior officers, right from himself and myself, to the CCs, CEOs and directors, just to instill them and make them understand his vision for Kajiado. My boss wants to leave a legacy. He means work. He means working for the people of Kajiado before his final 5 years comes to an end. And I'm there to support him.
He's got 4 more left.
Yes, I'm going to support him. Then 2027, me, I'm telling the people of Kajiado, tujuane sai, juaneni na kijana yenu Moshisho, uko tutaongea.
Mbele iko sawa?
Mbele tutaongea.
Okay, all 3 of you, DGs, all 3 of your counties are deep in debt, right? Most of your devolution funds go into what? Recurrent expenditures. Is that what you're on right now? There's a lot of debt. A lot of suppliers haven't been paid in your counties. How is devolution working, Banamanga? Is it working in Machakos County?
Currently, it is working. I can confirm to you, it is working. And in due course, Jeff, a few months down the line, when, God willing, I sit here, it will be a different story.
In Machakos?
Yes.
Why will it be different?
We found over 3 billion which were pending in terms of bills. And it is a very sad story.
3 billion?
Not 3 billion, over 3 billion. People worked and were not paid. People were auctions, families broke up because of that kind of a scenario. Because you are given a job, repair this road from here to there, it's worthy, very good money. You run to bank, you mortgage your house, and after you are done, money is there, and it is not paid. I can say here, as a parliamentarian, I debated procurement law in Parliament. That procurement law dictates that you cannot purchase even a pen without ensuring it is in the procurement plan and there is budget for it. So sometimes I don't understand some of these things. So maybe for now, and from where I sit, devolution is working in Machakos.
Yeah.
At least I don't know elsewhere, but in Machakos I know it is working. Yeah. And the governor has pronounced herself, not once, not twice, every forum she has had an opportunity that nobody is going to be given any work in Machakos without budget and without ensuring the due process is followed to the end.
How are you going to collect that over 3 billion? How do you plan to do that?
Controller of budget has written to us and threatened the county government of Machakos that if you don't have a plan or now you are going to settle this debt, we are not going to give you money. So we have a plan, and I want to assure our suppliers, anybody who intends to transact business with the Machakos County government, that know you are safe. Yes.
Can you say the same about Nairobi, Joroge Mushiri?
Yes, indeed. I think we have had a lot of challenges with the pending bills. But like they say, when you find yourself in a hole, the first thing you do is stop digging. And we have committed that we will not grow the pending bills that we inherited in the county, but we'll follow through the proper fiscal management and procurement policies like my friend has mentioned to ensure that we don't commit where we have no budget. That's the one thing. The second thing, obviously, we owe people, and Jeff, we have pending bills of over 115 billion shillings. He's talking about 3 billion, where we have to pay people. But what we've done 2 things. One, we have said all the bills that are non-legal, we take them through a verification process through our internal audit so that we know what to pay and what not to pay. Because there's so many, we need to understand them and we need to pay that on the basis of verified information. So that process is going on. And whatever we're able to verify with the resources we're able to get, we are paying that. On the legal side, we've set up a committee headed by renowned lawyer Kamutho Iganjo to review those bills. And again, the bills that come through that we'll be able to pay, we will actually pay those. Of course, our revenue stream and our revenue generation process, we have been streamlining that. We've set up Nairobi Pay, we've set up *647# as a way of you and everybody else paying their dues to the county government or going on to nairobiservices.go.ke to be able to pay through that portal. So we are improving our revenue collection. We are controlling how we commit on commitments we make for purchases and anything that we want to do. And bringing those two efforts together, we are narrowing the gap between what we have and what we can spend and what we can commit to. Yeah. So I am sure and I'm certain with the proper leadership that we have put in place, led by Governor Sakaja, that process is going to produce the results we want. That is something that we are remedying that has been carrying on from the previous regime and the regime before that, and even some of it before devolution. Yeah. But we have commitments. We have to make sure that we pay. We must be people of honor. We must be able to keep our obligations. We must be able to meet our obligations as and when they fall due. And this is what we are getting onto, and this is the policies and processes that we have put in place in the county government of Nairobi.
With 5 million people, DG, like you just mentioned in Nairobi County, is devolution working? Because, you know, Nairobi doesn't get as much money in devolution as other counties. There's some counties that get more money than Nairobi, right?
Yes, per capita, I don't think we get as much as other counties, and that is something that would hope that our Senate and other bodies that deal with that would want to drive forward. But we have a pretty good chance of being able to raise our own source revenue, which is what we need to focus on. But as we handle the other side of it, and whatever resources we have is what we have to manage prudently. So there's a lot of challenges in the city, as you know. We have a lot of people who actually go hungry every night because they don't have places to get food. If you live in the rural counties, you can walk to a neighbor's place, you can walk to the market, you can walk to somebody and find somebody who can actually find you something to eat. In the city, you don't have a friend, you can actually starve in your house while your neighbors are having a party. That is the nature of living in the city, and we have to change that. We have to ensure that our people get decent livelihoods. That is why when we talk about decency, we talk about even the ability to just get a meal for the day with the assurance that you'll get the next one, and so on and so forth. That's why we're organizing the bottom. We're organizing the bottom to ensure that all our people who trade on the streets, who trade in the informal sectors, who trade in non-formal sectors actually have a livelihood. Jeff, we talked about building 20 markets. We want our people off the streets to trade in markets so that even what they do it with dignity. We are organizing to ensure that these people can do their businesses in those markets, and those who can fit in there. We are also doing the streets, the back streets, the lanes that don't have vehicular traffic, so that people can trade in those places in decency. That is what we want to do. Yeah. This is the programs we are implementing. So when I say I'm busy, I'm really very busy. And that's what we want to do for Nairobi.
Some people are still having trouble walking at night, in Nairobi, in the nation's capital, in the CBD.
Yeah, but what if
security-wise?
The other day, the governor was talking to the head of security in Nairobi, and they was giving us numbers. You know, numbers don't lie. And he said the number of reported cases that he was seeing had dropped from over 300 to about 3 or 4 per day. That's what has happened. Things have improved. We have lit up the streets. We have actually ensured that we enhance security by first of all ensuring that there's streets are lit, people are able to walk because of in the past, we didn't even have street lighting because of shall I say neglect or maybe lack of focus. And this is what we are looking at. And I can assure you the city is better now than it was when we found it.
Yeah. Before I go to Kajiado real quick, these roads you guys are maintaining, Mombasa Road and other roads, can't you do it at night? I mean, you guys are causing massive traffic jams in the daytime.
Mombasa Road, maybe, I don't know which road you're referring to, but the roads
from Cabanas into town.
Yeah, some of those roads are not ours. They're done by Kenha. And Jeff, you need to know there are several bodies that deal with the road maintenance. There's Kura, there's Kera, there's ourselves. So all those bodies, sometimes when people see them, they say it's a county government. We don't mind the credit, but it's definitely, it's good to know the arrangements that happen there. So if it's any of these highways, it's certainly not the county government of Nairobi. And we would want to talk to them and tell them our people are getting inconvenienced, so can we do it differently? It's a good suggestion that we can take on. Yeah.
Martin Moshisho, Kajiado County, pending bills?
Yes.
Billions.
Just like other counties,
how
we
much,
have about
how much
1.6 billion in terms of development and about 500 million in recurring. But these are bills that we also taking through some kind of verification and audit, because we have found out as governors and deputy governors in devolution that some staff are cooking, bills, and you find populated figures, and therefore there is need to verify these pending bills. After verification, we have assured suppliers, and recently we held an IBEC meeting, and pending bills was part of the discussion. And we made this commitment with the national government that we are going to settle all our suppliers. But we need to ask ourselves, what occasions these pending bills? Pending bills, number one, comes about by late disbursement of funds from the exchequer, the national government. We have had a discussion with the national government, and that discussion will be continued over this weekend with the president, the deputy president, and the governors.
Yeah, the deputy president. Let me stop you there and tell you. The deputy president said yesterday. He says, "Tutateremsha." What is that quote? I mean, I have it right here. Yeah, "Tutateremsha suluari mutuchape."
I'll talk about what
because there's no money. He says there's no money.
I'll talk about what he is alluding to. Pending bills also comes about. So with the national government, we have agreed with them to try as much as possible to disburse these funds in good time so that we can be able to meet our obligations as county government.
But there's no money.
I'll come to that. How else does pending bills comes about, and we need to revisit as county governments, is our, we overrate our own source revenue. Sometimes if you put high targets and you fail to actualize, then it becomes a pending bills. We will also do our bit as county governments to ensure that we raise our own source revenue. And Kajiado County, we have already put in place systems to ensure that we raise our own source revenue to be able to take care of the many bills and other development issues of the county government. Coming to what the deputy president spoke about yesterday, is there is some push and pull between the national government and county governments on the division of revenue. The governors and counties are asking for 425 billion. CRA has allocated us 407 billion. The national government is ready to give us 380 billion. But we are saying as the devolution family, it is very, very possible for the national government just to make sure that they meet the 425 billion, because it is very possible. It is very possible. Yes, they are crying that there are no funds, but we know there are some departments that can be pressed, and county governments are given those funds. Yeah. And county governments need to be empowered and facilitated well, because devolution is working.
Okay, Mwangangi here, even Cabinet Secretary for Treasury, Professor Juguna Ndungu, today, he said, there's no money. Be patient. We have no money.
Well, that is what he is saying, the CS Treasury, and we believe him. But I think, but before I go there, Jeff, I need to ask Njoroge Mushiri and Governor Sakaja, who I respect and I know too well, and also Governor Lengo. You know, you people, you cannot be making money and pollute Athi River. And I have not heard you speak about that. Because Athi River goes all through Machakos County all the way. And by the way, without Athi River, national government will not be undertaking work. So I think, Mheshimiwa Mushiri, Your Excellency, please put that one somewhere and ensure tomorrow as you wake up very early in the morning, think of Athi River and the pollution.
Let me just comment on that, Jeff, because
the other one.
He wants to reply you.
he's asking questions on your behalf.
Yes. He's taking over the bench.
No. Yes, I realize he's doing that.
See,
So
this is dear to us.
But the thing is, what I did to tell you, be pleased with this, that we set up the Nairobi Rivers Commission under the office of His Excellency the Deputy President, and we have contributed into the people who are actually working in that to clean up all the rivers in Nairobi. That is what we actually committed to doing. The President took it and saw it fit to put it at the national level because of the importance of cleaning up those rivers. We are undertaking ourselves to do our bit. If you go to Korogosho, there are places already where the river has been cleaned up. You saw the part that was done in Michoki Park. We are maintaining those places. And in addition to that, the other day, the governor and myself were actually at Ruai, at that sewage treatment plant. And the water that we release into that river going down is actually cleaner than the water that comes from upstream because of the cleaning work that we do in that place. So we are thinking every day about environmental pollution and how to do it. I just told you earlier about the setup that we are going to do for creating, treating waste to energy. It's part of our environmental cleanup process. We are also planting trees in the city, in heading with the call by the president and the governor to green Nairobi. You know, the eastern side of Nairobi is all like brown and all that, and it can be sorted out. We are doing all that. Environmental conservation, cleanliness, and all that are top on our agenda. We have a lot of stuff to do, and therefore, the results of this will be seen at the end of our service in this first 5 years.
Thank you. I had to bring that.
Jeff,
you see,
Jeff, I want to
Hold on.
I want to
Want to answer about Athi River?
I want to disassociate, ourselves from the pollution of Athi River, because there is no area that I know that Kajiado County is polluting the Athi River.
Is Kitengela in Machakos or in?
But Athi River does not go through Kitengela.
Yes.
It actually goes through Athi River, and Athi River town is part of Machakos County. So it is part of you.
Okay. Jeff,
Yes.
Jeff, I think he has answered, and I'm almost happy with what he has said.
You're satisfied?
But I know Kiambu, Nairobi, Kajiado, and Machakos are big polluters of Athi River. Anyway, that is something that I think Mushiri, I wanted him to respond because they are the biggest polluters.
Not that,
Now, about the sentiment.
That's an allegation.
About where am I getting this information?
Yes.
I'm accusing Nairobi and these counties.
Right.
In parliament, that is in record, Mheshimiwa Mushiri, that a petition that summoned everyone, and we send agencies to know where this pollution is happening, and we have all this data. It is a public data. It is not an allegation, actually. It is something that is there, and I think it is on the basis of that report that the current government, I know all of us are new, we have new governments, but we have, as we start, we need to put some of these measures in place. I believe it is out of the third report, the government has formed this Nairobi Rivers Commission, which we support seriously as even counties from Okampani.
Yeah.
Now, the sentiment by Professor Ndungu, CS Treasury, I think, Jeff, we are dealing with attitude. Attitude, personally, I served in Parliament, and the attitude we had then was just counties. We have only one government, and these are entities which maybe they are there. That was there. we could discuss with the officials of national government. But when it came to appropriating resources to these entities, we could use the power in parliament, national institution to suppress them. But these are the entities that are very close to the people. I'm not saying national government is not close to people, but what we are saying is, as per the constitution, we have 48 governments. And maybe if we continue the way we are continuing, suppressing the counties, and we will see how the national government is withholding funds that are supposed to be going to counties, maybe we will sit as counties, and maybe in the next review of the constitution, we come up with proposals that are going to help Kenyans. Proposals like we go to federalism. We make treasury not part of national government, but an independent entity that is going to allocate revenues so equally and fairly. Because Jeff, we are all Kenyans here, and we know the history of this country. The issue of going to kneel down to a governor, to deputy governor, to even national government, so that a project can be done somewhere. I think that we should not base our policies and our politics in that kind of undertaking. Absolutely.
And there's also the other point. Critics say, you know what, some of these counties are so small. Why not form regional blocks? Like, let's say Nyamira County. You could crisscross Nyamira on Nduthi in a day.
Even Nairobi once again.
Yeah.
When I read history, Machakos County bordered Uhuru Highway, next a few kilometers from here, to Museum Hill, Forest Road, Thika Road.
That's all Machakos.
That is the original Machakos.
My colleague is looking at
it was moved from there to Haile Selassie. We were pushed to Cabanas. Now, the other day, they were even moving to Morolongo, and we said, no, you have not consulted anybody. You cannot sit in Nairobi and make a decision on our behalf. So,
fortunately,
Jeff, what in short I'm saying,
there's protection.
I'm trying, Jeff, in one way or the other. It makes a lot of economic sense to form these blocks.
Yes.
And these blocks, by the way, they are there. We have in Ukampane, we have the 3 counties. They have their eastern block. I've seen elsewhere in western Kenya. These blocks are there, and they make a lot of economic sense.
Like Nyamira, Kisii,
yes,
Kakamega, Busia, Bomet, Kericho.
But Jeff, those regional blocks, yes, we have currently. We have the economic blocks. But those entities cannot receive money from the national government, from the exchequer. And I totally disagree to say that there are some counties that are too small. They can be small in land size, but so, populated.
Vice versa.
The population is too high. And where there is high population, gives demand for services, water, health services, the road network. Therefore, counties should receive their allocations just as counties. Yeah? They should receive their allocation as counties. And I want to appreciate the sentiments of our president during his inauguration. He spoke that he is going to support devolution. That gave us hope, is the devolution family, that this regime and the current government is going to support devolution. Jeff, the amount of money that counties receive collectively, a single ministry in the national government perhaps receive double of that.
A single ministry?
A single ministry receives more, actually double, than the allocation that county governments receive. while we have a lot of functions that are still in the national government, that seems like duplication of what we are doing in the counties. So one of the expectations is, number one, the transfer of all functions that are supposed to go to the county government, and funds follow functions, and devolution is strengthened and supported. So one of my asks on behalf of my colleagues and the devolution family is, even in the discussions that is live at the moment, the president, the deputy president, and the national government to consider meeting the request of county governments of 425 billion.
If I can comment on that,
yes, sure.
I think the sizes of the counties that we have, that is what was determined in the law. That's what we have in place. Yeah. I think our first focus should be to ensure that, one, we utilize well the resources that come to the counties. Two, that we grow our own source of revenue. And we must be creative. We must find ways and means of generating that. And we should not just look at boundaries and say, if we do gerrymandering, we can create a county that encompasses certain places where we believe have revenue and all that. Yeah. That's what we need to be able to do. Once we do that, and then we create systems and processes and controls that work, that ensure that there's value for back. There's value for every shilling that we get from our revenue from the equitable allocation or from our own source revenue, and we apply it well. Then we can talk about the development that we get into the regional blocks. Because let's face it, if a county is not being ran well, even if you join another 5, the same disease will just go there. So first of all, fix where you are, then start looking out and saying, now I've got all these things working, I can go for economies of scale by bringing other people to work in together. That's the concept of the East African community, the way it's been growing, for example. It's been growing all the way. You see now even DRC and Burundi and Southern Sudan are joining in, because they believe that what has been done in the core East African community setup is good for them, and now they can get benefit out of that process. Yeah. That's what we should be looking at.
And hopefully Ethiopia one day.
Yeah, hopefully so. They should join us as well.
Gentlemen, let's go to the magic wall. I know there's a lot of feedback coming from all over the place. Let's see what people have to say. Okay, it's coming through. Tweets are coming in very... Oh, by the way, my sister Shiro mentioned great minds think alike. Look at all of us, light blue shirts and red ties. I hadn't noticed.
Oh, great.
But look at that. Look.
Nice. That's beautiful.
Great minds think alike.
Great. Thank you.
All right, tweet. Okelo Mwalimu says, can the good assistant... Okay, here we go. Sorry, gentlemen. Can the good assistant devolution gatekeepers assure the country that they won't resign should their relationship with their bosses get frenzy? Secondly, in their considered opinion, what roles and should first and second lady gentlemen play in the county level? Okay, will you assure them that you won't quit, or you're already there? You've been there 7 years, you're all right. Wangagi?
To quit?
Yes.
If we can't work, we can't work, because it is going to hurt the people of Machakos.
Right.
So it is either we are working or you call it a day and do other things. It is as simple as that.
Mushiri?
I'm just about to get to my 6 months anniversary, and I haven't even shown any signs of quitting. I'm not about to do it.
Okay, and all right, let's go to the next one. Lenny Mwangi says, please ask Deputy Governor of Nairobi. There were plans to make designated slots for pickup and drop-off points for riders on the online hailing company and drivers in Nairobi to reduce the constant harassment by the City Council Askaris. How far are the plans coming on?
That plan is still on because we want to make sure that the taxi hailing companies, as well as the borders, don't, sort of take over the city in terms of their business. We want to encourage them to do their business, but we want to encourage them to do their business with order. And that is why we've been looking at what are the most appropriate spaces for them to do their drop-off and pick-off, so that we don't find individuals, dropping at any point and at any designated place. And Jeff, this is all about the total management of our traffic system within the city. It's not in isolation. It is together with the matatu business and the other plans we have for introduction of mass transit, BRT systems, for example, to be able to move people with the dignity that they deserve. So that process is on track, and it will be implemented soon.
Okay, good. Jeff Koinange says, ask Kajiado DG what went wrong, or what's wrong with the people of Loitokitok. What wrong the people of Loitokitok did to suffer prolonged water disconnection with, what's that, Nolturesh Springs right there? Mm-hmm. What happened?
The Loitoktok water is managed by this water company called Nolturesh Water Company. The county government of Kajiado has really given support to the said company to ensure that it provides water services to the people of Kajiado. However, because this is a company that is shared by a number of counties, including Makueni, Machakos, and a number of Ukambani counties, we co-share this company called Nolturesh Water Company. But sometimes the company, incurs some electricity bills that we come in as a county government sometimes to offset those bills to make sure that people of Kajiado are given these services. I know the governor is very passionate about that company and to ensure that the people of Kajiado are given water. We are reviewing the entire line and to ensure that there is great supply of water. I want to assure our people of Loitoktok that we will revisit that, and we are on it to ensure that they continue receiving their water services.
Okay, so you're on it. You're assuring them, huh?
Yes.
Okay. Freddie says, ask Machakos DG, what's the county government position on the planned Azimio meeting scheduled to be held in Mavoko, since Governor Wavinya Ndeti has been quoted taking a stand against the said meeting despite her being in Azimio? Mwangangi.
I am not aware of such a meeting. I just hear it. and it will be very...
You don't know there's a rally on Friday? You don't know this? I
just read. Like now I've heard from him. Is it Ochieng?
Freddie,
Freddie Ochieng.
Yes.
I hear, but I can tell you, from what I've seen, my schedule, if my party sanctioned this and we are well informed, we could have planned. But for now, I'm not sure I will participate, because I've seen the Dale is so full and it is like it is a must I be where I'm supposed to be. So I wish them well. And best of luck.
Nyantika just says, besides deputizing their bosses, I would the trio DGs to sincerely share with us how their itinerary looks like and how they would handle bosses who suffer from inferiority complex. Are they always yes persons, regardless of difference in opinion with their county chiefs? Mushiri, are you a yes person?
Certainly not. And that's why I said the things that I get to do them because they're what the governor has assigned to me. We have sessions and I sit with the governor and I give him feedback about what I think we should be doing. And that's how leadership should be. You should be able to consult. You should be able to work together. You should be able to deliver on your mandate. I keep going back to that because that is what we are here for.
Yeah.
And when you're comfortable in your skin, the governor is a very confident leader. He knows what he's doing. He knows why he's driving the county. He knows what he intends to do. I know my part in it. Therefore, I don't see the issue of inferiority or superiority coming in this.
Mm. Yeah. Martin Moshisho, you've been there for 7 years. Are you still saying yes to Olalengu?
Yes, by being the principal assistant of the governor, then I also become the very first advisor of the governor. When he is in the wrong, I tell him, sir, I think we should not go towards this direction. Let's use the other route. He respects my opinion. So I say, no, we discuss. In many instances, he follows my advice because the advice is not ill will. You know, we just doing together for the common good of our people.
Yeah. Yep. Francis Mwangangi, are you a yes person to Vinya Ndeti?
No.
Yes, no, yes, no.
No. I think my leader, my governor, is somebody who consults, is somebody who listens. And many are the decisions that are arrived at through consulting. She might not tell people who she has consulted, but one thing I can tell you, I'm highly consulted, and that's why I feel so much at the center of this administration. Number two, you have talked of, briefly, Jeff, allow me, you have talked of Azimio. Is it Azimio or defense something? Because I saw DD something. Because this is very important.
What does it matter? Which rally are you attending, whichever rally in your county?
No.
Okay. Whether it's Azimio or Movement for Defense. Yeah. Danson Nkrumah says, I think the Constitution does not mention the deputy governor's removal process. In essence, it is the safest seat to be in. The county assembly, which can impeach the governor, has no powers over the deputy governor. Is that true?
Very true.
Yeah.
Very
true.
true.
Can't be impeached.
Very true.
Oh.
In fact, the county assembly can only impeach a governor, but not a deputy governor.
So you guys are all safe?
Very well. Very safe. Very safe.
Okay. One more here. Michieka Lawrence. Say, grateful to have learnt the role of deputy governors. All we want is service delivery in our counties.
Definitely.
That's fantastic. That's
you
what
agree, gentlemen?
Do. Yeah, and you know, I also don't think we should be focusing on what is negative about removing. We are elected, so we should be thinking about service delivery and the metrics and the standards that we meet to deliver that service.
Absolutely.
When you do that, then the question of removing or not removing, that should be discarded. You should look about delivery and service and ensuring that you improve the livelihoods of the people who elected you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, let me go around the room and get some final thoughts going forward. Francis Mwangangi, you say you're not attending the rally on Friday.
My schedule does not allow.
You have a busy schedule.
I would have wished to, but it does not allow. I was trying to squeeze and see and find out what is it all about, but I so far not. Jeff, I want to say two or three things. One is the national government, they are saying there is no money. I'm urging them. I cannot direct a president of a country and his administration, but I can request they consider, if it is water, if it is agriculture, please transfer these functions and the monies that are in these ministries to counties. There are respective regional development bodies and even water development bodies. These bodies and their budgets should go to counties. And so the question of there is no money will not arise. And the national government should not keep on holding this because it is dear, and the counties are very, very, very close to local mwananchi at the grassroots level. Number two, can we treat the counties in this country as business entities? Because if we do that, there will be a competition and a competition that is people-driven to ensure we attract both local and foreign investors into these counties. And lastly is the pollution of rivers. Climate change is real. Let's all face and approach it collectively so that polluting the river will not risk projects like Konza Technocity, will not risk projects like Thwake Dam, and will not also risk the lives of our people who draw water from this river. If we are to open up some of these counties, we will have multinationals coming. We will have also locals also seeing spotting opportunities, investment opportunities, and they will invest. Also, and the last one is the issue of innovation. We need to invest in research and ensure we incubate even ideas into businesses, small businesses, and we hold them to grow. This is how countries like South Korea, these countries, Asian tigers, if you go to history and read, you will find that incubation, research, innovation, this is what brought them to where they are. And I finish by saying, Nelson Mandela once said, where you stand depends on where you sat. President Kennedy in 1961, during his inauguration, I think it was January 20th, he told Americans, don't ask what your country can do to you. Ask what you can do to your country. So in this case, fellow Machakos residents and viewers, kaze kwenu.
Yeah, ask not what Machakos can do for you.
Yes.
But what you can do for Machakos.
Yes.
Very good. By the way, Kansas City, how's that going?
Progressing on well.
Really? Are there any buildings?
But yes, they are there. But it's for us as a region, for us as the county, you know, is about to say something about Kansas City, but we know it is in Machakos anyway. We feel the national government has not done really justice to Kansas Techno City.
I'm glad you said that. Okay, Martin Moshisho, real quick, final thoughts.
I take this opportunity to appreciate the people of Kajiado for giving my boss, Governor Lenku, and myself an opportunity to serve them for our second term. I want to assure the people of Kajiado that Governor Lenku has given us the vision of Kajiado, a vision that has got 3 thematic areas. 1, modulated pastoralism for the people of Kajiado that practice pastoralism. The second thematic area is to ensure that Kajiado has livable towns where we have, you know, water and other amenities that ensures that our towns are livable and comfortable. The third and final thematic area is a climate-proven environment. In light with the change of climate change, we want to think of our environment. We want to think about our environment, our rivers, our water sources, the likes of Noel Turesh, the Ngong Hills Springs, and many others. We are going to ensure that Kajiado is going to be transformed and sustainable for generations to come.
Njoroge, spoken like a real governor in
waiting.
In waiting.
Thank you very much.
Njoroge Mushiri, you get the final word.
Yes, I think Jeff, Nairobi is the capital city of this country, and therefore Nairobi, in a lot of ways, drives and influences what happens in the country. We want to make sure that Nairobi, under the leadership of Governor Sakaja, is a city of hope, a city of order, a city of dignity, and a city where people thrive when they come through to look for livelihoods for their families. We want to give them that environment. That is where we are doing the things we are doing to create an enabling environment for business, That's why we are doing the things we are doing to create a safe city. That is why we are doing the things we are doing to ensure that people can go about their businesses in a healthy way. We are looking at our health facilities and ensuring that they are well equipped. They have the medicines, they have the resources, they have the people to deliver service to our people. And ultimately, we want to create an economy that supports every resident, including my neighbors here. They said earlier about the dependence on the city of Nairobi. We want to create an economy that can truly rejuvenate what happens in this country. And we're able to do that, and we know we can do it. We just want the citizens to believe in us. They believed in us. That's why they gave us the mandate, and they continue to believe in us from what we do and what we have been able to deliver. So we will drive that forward, and we will make sure that we do all the things that are possible, humanly possible, to deliver this. And that's why I say whatever we get from the national government, we should supplement with our own source revenue to be able to deliver those promises to the people of Nairobi.
Absolutely, and we'll hold you to that, Deputy Governor. We'll hold you to that.
We shall do it. We shall deliver it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Njoroge Mushiri, Deputy Governor, Nairobi County. Martin Moshisho, Deputy Governor, Kajiado County, and Governor in Waiting.
Yep.
And Francis Mwangangi, Deputy Governor, Machakos County. Thanks so much, gentlemen. Great stuff. We appreciate it. Good job, and we'll keep we'll keep prodding you. We'll get you back here in 6 months, maybe a year's time, and see progress report.
You won't wait 6 months. Tomorrow, Governor Sakaja himself will be in Royal Media Services. He'll tell you more about the things you're doing.
Absolutely. Thanks, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for being a part of Jeff Koinange Live every Wednesday. You know it's all about those 3 letters on the keyboard that follow each other. And here's a reminder, Jeff Koinange Live is powered by Johnny Walker. Johnny Walker Black Label with